Don't forget to like and subscribe to Jolie Knots Crochet. Share with your friends. Hit that little notification bell so you can get notified when new patterns release. All our videos are available in left and right-handed tutorials.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Jolie Knots Crochet. Today we're going to be making these coasters. They're great gift ideas for Christmas. We use them around our house as coasters. We use them in the shower as washcloths. And they really just double up, as a face scrubby. They work out perfectly. So what you're going to need is any kind of cotton, and a 4.5mm hook is the hook I'm going to use. If you use a smaller hook or a bigger hook, your coaster is just going to come out a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger. Okay, so the cotton I'm going to use, this is just Lily's Sugar and Cream in a cone. We're going to go ahead and use that. You don't need a whole lot. Okay, we're going to start out by making a magic circle. A double magic circle. I like to do it doubled, just so it's a little bit more secure, especially because if I'm going to use it for a washcloth. I have a tutorial and I'll leave the link on this if you need it to be a little bit slower. Otherwise you can just chain 4 and slip stitch. Now I'm going to put 12 double crochets into my magic ring. Okay, now that I've got my 12, I'm going to go ahead and close up my ring. And then we're going to slip stitch to join. Okay, so for round 2, we are going to chain 2, and we're going to put 1 partial double crochet right into that first stitch. We're going to put 1 more partial double crochet right into that stitch, and this is going to be our beginning cluster. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Chain 2. Okay, so now we're going to put 3 double crochet cluster into every double crochet, separated by chain 2s. There's your 1 cluster, chain 2, and we're going to keep going around. Okay, now that we've gotten our last cluster and our last chain 2, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch to the top of our first cluster. Those are now our first row of petals. Okay, the petals that we're going to be making, we've got 1 row, and then with our next row of petals is going to be 4 double crochet clusters. Okay, everything's the same except 4 double crochet clusters. So what we're going to do from here is slip stitch into the next chain space, chain 2, and our beginning double crochet cluster is going to have 3 partial double crochets, and our first chain 2 is going to count as the first one. So we should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all of your loops, chain 2, and into every single chain 2 space we're going to put 4 double crochet cluster. 3 and 4. Pull through all, chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, pull through all, and chain 2. Now you're going to notice as you continue moving along on this row, your work is going to start curling in like a bowl. Don't worry, because the next row is going to straighten and flatten it all out. Go ahead and finish that out, and I'll meet you back for the next round. Okay, now that we've reached the end of the round, I'm just going to slip stitch to the top of my first cluster to join, and then I'm going to slip stitch over to the first space. Now this is going to be our last round. This is what your work should look like so far. It should look like a little bowl, but we are going to flatten it out. Okay, So in between each one of our clusters, we're going to be putting double crochets and long double crochets, 5 in between each one. So chain 2, double crochet, then double crochet again. So you should have 2 double crochets so far. Our chain 2 is not counting as a stitch. Now we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the top of the cluster from the second round, and pull up a loop. And then go ahead and finish your double crochet. So it should look like that. And that's what's going to start flattening out our work. And now into the same chain space, we're going to put 2 more double crochets. So when you do this in a color, it kind of looks like the sky. You know, I've got my flower with my yellow and my pink, and then the blue looks like a sky. So if you're using colors, you can definitely play with it. Now into your next space, double crochet, 1 more double crochet, and again we're going to double crochet and we're going to drop down to the top of the cluster from the second row. Finish that out and put 2 more double crochets. And there we have it. There's our coaster.